Good morning, children. How are you today? Ack. There's a little cushion not moving. Nope, wrong way. I'm trying to sit cross-legged the other way a bit more lately. I don't know why. It's just kind of like become one of those things. I tried it like a couple of months ago, and it just felt like I couldn't do it. Like, think about how often you may sit cross-legged in your life, and then just one day you go, oh, I gotta do it the other way, and you just all of a sudden can't sit cross-legged. It's like, alright, it feels like an imbalance, and I must fix. Yeah, it's cloudy here too, which mixed blessing. Sometimes it makes it cooler. Sometimes it makes the humidity worse. And Lord fuck. I still go back to like being in San Francisco for fucking Crowshaw's wedding. And just not even realizing it was like 34 degrees or 35 or something like that. It's like, Christ, it doesn't feel it. Because you just don't get used to like dry heat in Queensland, particularly like Brisbane. It's oppressive, damp heat. Like, it just, you cannot fucking escape it. It's horrible. And it makes such a difference. Anyone who says otherwise ain't experienced both. Like, if you're out in the fucking sun without a hat or something, yeah, it's gonna fucking suck. But indoors, outdoors, in the shade, hiding, there's you just can't. Just reaches in, the moisture just wraps around you, holds you, no escape. Nintendo shutting down users a bummer. It hitting Citra is a bigger issue for me. This is another one of those things where if I had the money, I'd just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay to get this made in total secrecy. It'll be functionally, professionally developed, and then it'll just be released, and you can go fucking jump. I mean, there's an acceptable degree of grumble about, emulating a system, a currently functioning system. It's a complaint that I'll tolerate. Citra is not doing that. Like, wait, when are you gonna fucking, 3DS stores shut down? They've taken stuff away. It's a bummer too, because like Citra was just starting to really, really, really come into its own, particularly on Android. The creator of Helios from yesterday claimed he found the game on his computer after an alien encounter. I've been watching a lot of X-Files lately, and fuck Mulder's stupid. Like, it's just narrative convenience that he's not just a moron 24 hours a day. Just say the dumbest fucking shit. A lot of people believe this stuff. So fucking what? Who cares? I had an alien encounter. No, you didn't. Fucking moron. Imagine making that claim for Helios. Like, you could say that about Tetris. Or something legendary. Something that just feels like it filled a gap in human culture. Something that felt like, a game that felt like it was just always meant to be there. Aliens touched me, and then I woke up with Grand Theft Auto on my computer. Fucking goddamn. I feel like it's the lack of consideration of the rest of the logic of the statement, when it comes to a lot of these alien things. Oh, I hate Nintendo fans. Yeah. Absolute fucking, some of the fucking worst. Like, there are some real half-wit console fanboys among the PlayStation. Less so Xbox these days, just because of the fundamental nature of, like... Oh, what's the matter, kitty? Cat's been weird lately. I think she got, like, startled by something in the yard. Like, I don't know, a big lizard or something. Because she's walking around the house like there's things under things. And, like, just, you know, if there's something on the ground that has, like, a gap under it about yay big, she'll just be, like, staring at it. Which, for a while, was giving me the willies, because I thought she'd maybe chase something fucking weird under, the, you know, my fucking bed or some shit. And I've had stuff like that happen before. But I think also she's just kind of a half-wit, so... and yeah, but, like, no, I actively support and encourage all forms of piracy against Nintendo, because they're just among the fucking worst for it. It's like, if you're going to make a statement like, you know, like, I always come back to taping is killing the music industry. That was objectively not true. Because you know what didn't stop? Taping. Do you know what the music industry is? Still alive. There's 2 versions of that dumb shit don't copy that floppy fucking song. 2 versions. One came out much later. You know why? Floppies were copied. And then the, you know, 3 1/4 Fermies were also copied. You know, how often was, like, fucking... have GTA games been pirated? As far as I know, I think the company that made that GTA program still earned a lot of money. Still kind of wealthy off the back of that. Half-wit's just absolute outright refusal to understand that, like, infinitely replicable data isn't the same as, like, a finite fucking product. Like, it just isn't. Doesn't operate by the same rules. No, my cat doesn't really do the fluffy tail business. Like, I don't know, something's just giving her the willies. She's been a little bit of a fraidy cat. You know, when you're very small and not very bright, it's kind of, you know. Heck. I like that heck bats one. Yes, that take 2. You know, I pirate loads of shit. I also have fuckloads of subscriptions to things and buy loads of shit. The idea that, like, every pirate... It's that half-wit inability to distinguish between a pirated copy and a lost sale. You know, they all see these, you know, it's been pirated so many times, and they'll just go, that's that many sales we didn't make. And that's just not true. Oh, I forgot the fucking song. What? What's the fucking matter, you oddity? Cat's suddenly incredibly interested in what I'm doing. These FMV games with actual celebrities always remind me of that, like, bit in Community where... Alright. We'll come back to that. Look, just, no, Look, go away from where all the wires are. You're not, all the wires aren't for you. Is that... Nom 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 nom. The one about the stupid video board game, and like Vince Gilligan plays the guy that makes the fucking board game, and like that's the, you know, it has that little bit in the past where like, you know, video board games, that's the future. It's none of the cities in Australia. Because the cities are the only places in Australia where stuff is. Like, just central Australia, you know? There are areas in Australia that are effectively the dunes of Mars. What? Fucking lunatic cat. Was this from the maker of Ripper, or was Ripper after this? I think Ripper was after this. I have Ripper. It's not DOS, though. This saw release on a few consoles as well. I think it's on, 3DO.
Vocabulum Asiris, ominous venere obgenitor.
Oh my god.
Oh, Nintendo won't bring their IPs to PC. They don't care. You have to understand, like, it's something that it's funny to watch, like, fucking, like, you know, like the Xbox, it was that thing where the Xbox devs talked about, like, Nintendo selling eventually or doing something like that, and it's like, you don't understand this company. You know, I liken them a bit to, like, the Bene Gesserit. They operate on this, like, fucking geological timescale. That's why I'm kind of concerned as to what they're building this huge fucking war chest of money for. It's like, what are you up to? You know? Because it's not nothing.
I need a stiff drink after that nightmare.
There was an NWA wrestling VHS board game? Fuck, I didn't know that. That I kind of want to see.
Look out!
Karate. Like, you joke, but, you know. Aww. That dude's got huge nipples. Just giant nipples.
There'll be more of them. Let's get out of here.
This fucking Windows Movie Maker animation, man. Like, that's the thing. That's not better than any of the pixel art or, you know. Boop. You can be lady or man.
You're going to hell.
Oh, that's just a little menacing. There has not been gameplay yet, no. And so here we are, and you know, it's a fairly run-of-the-mill point-and-click adventure game, which actually for these things is a solid idea.
At least you're out of your underwear. You're lucky the hand didn't pick you up on indecency charges.
We'll be fine as long as we don't cross the people at the laundromat who own these clothes.
So what's the flowchart?
Let's start with what we know. A scrub team tries to nuke us in the middle of the night, only we got lucky and stuffed them. The question, of course, is what have we done to earn midnight execution?
Damn it, we're ARC employees. We enforce the laws. We believe in what the hand's doing, even though they step over the line sometimes.
Maybe they nailed you for being soft on rogue techs like me. Any other ARC agents would have pulled my plug by now.
Hey.
That wouldn't get us cleaned. Maybe
Why would the fascist state come after its own agents?
Other hackers.
When has that ever happened?
Ago, we tagged some would-be deck jocks that were programming an illegal C-space.
Deck
A couple of
jocks.
kids skipped and they gave them a
C-space.
second chance. But again, they wouldn't scrub us over something like that.
It's so funny how
The two
people
of you
thought
are
this
straight
was what
line.
tech was
do you
going to
mean
be
you
in the
can't believe
future, and it's
transgressors only
just
punishes the wicked? This is a
absolutely
tyranny, man, a
brain-dead,
government with
middle-aged
supreme power.
mums.
Clearly, the first move is to learn
just
what the hand
functionally
has,
retarded
or
boomers.
thinks it has on us.
If
None
it
of
were me,
whom
my first
can
move would be to a 787
grasp
heading to
the
Africa.
fucking, you know,
The
magic
coastal
technology
African
that they're
republics have
using.
become a high-tech free zone of sorts. A little rough, but the hand don't reach that far yet.
No way.
There might be subtitles, I just...
She's right, Dante. We've spent our lives enforcing this government's laws. I won't end it all as a fugitive. We're getting some answers even if we have to go to Celine Solix to get them.
Where do we start? Do you think we can trust Frank Jersey?
Of course we can.
Who's Jersey?
He's an arc captain, our superior.
Yeah.
I've never known him to act on political motives.
The safest thing to be is in the
He's
party.
taking
It's
great
fine.
risks defending people from corrupt busts. Lives in Georgetown.
You know,
He would have the official
can't have
knowledge.
purges when there's only an
Big
in-group.
cannon. He's jacked into the voice of God newsnets almost constantly. He's one of the few people who get...
Don't you two are...
We figured he...
You two...
Nah,
Man, this goes for a long fucking time.
We'll keep it in...
This is one of those ones where they were like,
Head
we...
of the cybertech artist. You get the idea that the occupant...
But yeah, it's a point-and-click adventure game. And... honestly, you know... there's a quaintness to a lot of the old-fashionedness about it, you know. But it's... perfectly functional. There's nothing, you know, what I'd call sort of directly measurably wrong with it in any way, shape, or form. You know, any of the, yeah, I think text. Careful there, champ. You don't want too many. So I think, like, now if I...
The noble Gideon Ashanti.
there we go. I'm pretty sure you can go back over, like, conversations. Look, replay. But, I mean, honestly, like, if you're interested in at least an interesting experience, hell, a Cyberpunk adventure is definitely on the list. You know, the DOS one, this will play on pretty much everything. The 3DO one's an option if you just want to. I think maybe the FMVs are a little higher res than the 3DO. That was one thing the 3DO had going for it, was you know, quite fancy in that regard. Let's see what the booklet has to say for itself. Oh boy, look at that guy. Hell is designed to appeal to the hardcore gamer and to the relative newcomer. Well, how have you accomplished this amazing achievement? Don't be sad if there's swears. 2095. The year is 2095. Your nipples have kept growing. Now you just nipple. The whole body is actually the nipple. The nipples are what remains of the human brain. I mean, look, I'm not getting rid of that. That's tons of fun. Hellcat Ace. Yeah, like there's a bubble post-DOS and prior to about 2010. Like it's not, you know, those aren't firm lines. There are you know, exceptions. That can be a bit of a challenge to run. A lot of the FMV games from the early Windows period, are a little bit of a cunt. There's a few on that list, but Collection Chamber, Vim's Lair, they have, you know, I don't know if it's like the people who run those sites directly or if they've just collected them, but there's been a really good effort to put effectively just a sort of built-in click-and-forget front end into the system. In a lot of cases, it'll actually load up a version of Windows 95 or 98 and just, you know, run the game in this, like, little bubble environment, little pocket dimension. Strike any key to continue. Hell yeah. Shit. Running before it could walk, man. Running before it could walk. I'm not even sure what the water is. Yeah, there's a few... Because I remember trying to get them to run before these bubbles were put there, and you're like, ah, fuck, having to find, like, a defunct but still up QuickTime website to download, like, 10-year-old out-of-date QuickTime drivers to get the videos to maybe run in... fuck, I can't remember which one. But one of them. And, you know, I think it was the X-Files game. I think it was the fucking X-Files FMV game, which you can play on the PlayStation version of it, but you know, the PlayStation's fucking video is not as good. It's on here somewhere. I've got like the old Windows collection. There you are. So yeah, here's where I've got a lot of the things that have those automatic front ends. Gothos, Remaster and Fandango. Yeah, there's Hardline. Hell's in there as well. I think I had a lot of these when I hadn't downloaded DOSBox yet, or the Pure. Oh yeah, Johnny Mnemonic. That's one of them. That was a bastard to get to run until someone made a fucking proper front end for it. What was the one we were talking about earlier? Ripper. Yeah, there's Ripper. So a lot of these will come with basically just an executable, and that executable will load like Windows 95 and load, or Windows 98, load the game. Some of them it's funny because you actually need to shut down the computer within the fucking computer and get the "it is now safe to turn off your computer" deal. Otherwise it can like fuck up the auto load next time. Very funny. Takes me back. You know what's funny is like Hell, a Cyberpunk thriller is distributed by Game Tech. So is Hellfire Zone. Talk about some suck and stand power. Look at you. Look at you, Game Tech. Are you ready for a wild helicopter ride? Alright, I'm beginning to suspect... Right. Alright. Well, let's go look at, like, 1989. Ah, I've already deleted it. Oh, that's good. Let's play 1995 version. Yeah. When, not Martian Memorandum, the Pandora Directive came out. I had a computer that ran Pandora Detective quite well when it came out, actually. I mean, that game's so fucking... Like, I don't know how you'd get through that without a guide. There's just so much. I respect it in a lot of ways because it does require you to sort of actually think in a lot of ways, which... Alright, maybe it is. Walking around so much more now. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Oh, that was fun. Thank you. I wasn't even ready. He was waving bye-bye. Okay, so I found the missile button. Alright, that's up. Okay, up, down, left, right. And turn and forward. Hey! You fucking ringhole? I wasn't even ready. Well, now we're both dead. Huh? Huh, Mr. Genius? That's really as high as I get. He rear-ended me! This is fairly terrible. This is like quite impressively terrible, actually. Alright. That's machine gun. Woo! Alright, that was... Hey, I ran away. Yeah, you can't yell at me. That was pretty shit. You know what? It looked like that those really shitty Game Boy Advance games, because the Game Boy Advance was this beautiful 2D pixel machine, but like they were desperate to put 3D games on it. That's that Hellfire Zone. Goodbye. Hello, Mr. President. All right. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that. Damn it. Hello, Mr. President. I love that hello is after fucking... Oh, Pandora Directive had a built-in hint system as well. Like, the game is basically functioned on points. So, like, if you ended the game with a certain amount of points, you'd get, like, I don't know, I think a better ending or something. Alright, so we can blame the Koreans for this one. At this point, I'm going to suspect the North Koreans. I mean, look. Like, you could just... There's something about having the head have just enough weird wrinkly neck meat attached that's just really fucking weird. Choose your president! This is fucking amazing. I mean, Thatcher's a prime minister. Can't go past Bubba. Alright. I mean, it's all in some kind of code. I think these are mini games. China. The faux 3D, it's so depressing, because if you ever actually look at some of the 2D games they have on the Game Boy Advance, they're genuinely beautiful. Like, genuinely really fucking good. They stand up today, they're absolutely marvelous. And... I think this is copy protection. Fucking... And then, so many of the games are absolutely feral-looking pieces of shit. It's so depressing. It's like a very simple fucking Mortal Kombat game would have been so possible on that fucking console, and yet they tried to make it a 3D fucking... It's just... Minish Cap would be one of the best Zeldas too, but for that stupid fucking Kinstone thing. Like, Nintendo have just never thought for half a second that maybe the stupid ideas that they keep trying and they're not using again, instead of just doing basic RPG or adventure game shit with Zelda, are just, like, not good. Shall we have just, like, you know, some narrative-based fucking side quests that, you know, can give you upgrades or whatnot? No. You know, get a stone, and the stone can go into this, and, you know, something fucking stupid that's never again been done, because it's fucking... Alright, so I've got... Can I turn around? Okay, I mean, I have controls, but I feel like I'm just going down. Like, I can't actually, like, chuck a Yui. I mean, I can go all the way right, and I can go all the way left. I just can't... Stop. Who's doing that? Hey, fuck you. Okay, wait. Stop. How do we... That is not particularly interesting. What language is that? The good Queen Zeldith has... Zeldith 1 has commissioned you to command HMS Raider, an interstellar sloop, on a daring privateer raid deep into the extremities of the Thraxus Empire. On a planet aptly named Hell, because of its searingly hot atmosphere, you discover the secret of the Thraxish treasure houses. Hell's volcanoes periodically spew forth vast quantities of massive gemstones, each bigger than a zealot's egg. Pretty big. Well, that's a pointless little footnote. My little thing's just dropping out all day today. Was Minish Capcom? Might have been, actually. I just always blame Nintendo because they just do it constantly. I do feel like that was a Nintendo directive, you know? Just doesn't feel like... Because, like, the Capcom Game Boy Color ones were good. Remember when computer games were fun? When you would stay up all night playing them? Helter Skelter unashamedly recreates the addictive simplicity, the fun, the enjoyment that made games like Pac-Man, Breakout, and Bubble Bobble. Bimmy and Jimmy. Bimmy Jimmy. Bubble Bobble! I just don't think Helter Skelter's gonna quite nail that, but we'll give it a try anyway. Yeah, this was what Manson was going on about. It's like, they're gonna recreate Marble Madness and it won't quite work. Am I supposed to touch that? Oh. I don't... Like, the ball is not allowed to touch some of the green things, but other green things it can touch. And it's like, it's... Remember when games were fun? That game's a baby raper.
You fucking baby raper!
Henrietta's Book of... Blah! Miss Henrietta, I don't wish to sound rude, but you look like actual vomit. You appear... I'm sorry, maybe I'm not communicating this correctly. You appear to be a puddle of vomit, given human form, and placed in some kind of a dress-shaped burlap sack. Vomit, is it? You know, vomit, the partially digested food that's been regurgitated. The parent section. Following their earlier adventures, Henry and Henrietta have now been married happily for 2 weeks. However, almost inevitably, Henry's inquisitive nature led him to the Castle Spellalot, home of Morgana the Morbid. There followed a brief exchange of views. That's great. When points were raised and opinions freely expressed. As a result, Henry is now a fat frog. Help Henrietta find the magic letters, which make magic word to restore Henry to his former good-looking self. Type in your name. Vomit. Vomite. Fucking 9. What am I doing here? Okay. Contents. Flash. Did I say 20th? Am I supposed to just, like, write that? What did I do wrong there? I have to pee and I'm very tempted to just leave this up. Alright, well, I'm gonna go pee. I'm back. Fortunately, so is this. What's the skeleton about? All good things must come to an end. Goodbye, Henrietta. That is a ghetto-looking title screen. That is a ghetto-looking game. Oh, you can hear it the entire time. Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't know that I thought the piss break didn't have the desktop sound in it. That's funny. That entertains me. See, that was completely unintended. See, that's what we call universe art. Oh, piss. I can't make my race piss, and I'm upset about that. I can't make my... Oh, okay. Race. Human. Class. Piss. Okay, yeah, okay. I want okay. That's me clicking okay. What's wrong with you, cat? You fucking nitwit. No, no! We don't put our paws on the screen. I don't know what's wrong with you that you thought that was a good idea, you half-wit. Look, what do you want? I don't control the rain, alright? That's not, you know, I can't make it not wet outside. Fucking idiot. Can't fucking nah. Look at that. Bob says, Journey to the White North. Oh, there's a skull in that mountain. Oh, that can piss off. Heretic. Was this before or after Hexen? I can't remember which one came first. I didn't really play the Heretics. I've been wanting to kind of give him a look, but I need, like, the brutal doom of Heretic and Hexen. Like, and there look to be a few things, but they also look a little bit more fiddly to sort of interact with. And I keep finding really, really, really cool fucking, you know, like complete, well-organized game mods for fucking Doom. Like, I'm playing Hell on Earth at the moment, which is kind of like made to sort of interact with Brutal Doom, and it's really fucking good. Yeah, I don't know what's with the cat. Like, she's just being weird. Okay. That sounds weird. God, look at that. This is what you did if you couldn't get the frame rate. Just shrink it down. Alright. Oh, fuck me. Fucking the shit's not reversed. And for some reason, the shoot button also makes me look up, which is not helpful. Look, guys, I'm not like fucking, you know... You little bastards. When I fix my controls, it's fucking over for you. So, for starters, gotta swap those around. And now secondly, the fuck is going on with fire also being look up, which pisses me right the fuck off. Still doing it. Like, fire just makes me look up. That's very irritating. I don't fucking... I wonder if it's like the fire button or if it's like... You know, we'll give that a look. See, okay, let's what is it? It's like fucking left control, apparently. All right. Well, that doesn't make me look up, so it's something to do with like the right button is, I don't know, double mapped or something like. Left control's fine. It's very annoying. Very annoying. Let's... Yeah, I don't need centering view as a fucking button, thank you. Where's fire? There we are. Alright, so is it something... Okay, so the R button, when it's mapped to R, looks up. When fire is not mapped to R, it doesn't look up. So we've at least figured this out. I have like fuck all health though, because I spent like fucking opening minutes getting molested by goblins, and I have no fucking, you know, what am I stuck on? How wide is my guy that is fucking... Like, I don't really, you know... I haven't really played... Ooh, quartz. Any other heretics or hexens, so I don't know how canonically fat my dude's meant to be, but he's looking pretty plump. Getting hooked up on shit like that. Go away. Ah, fuck, I'm just down to like a pokey stick? I didn't even know I had like fucking, you know... Ow, fucking ow! Little assholes. Alright. So that's gay Doom. You know, I support the wizardry lifestyle. I mean, look at that. And you can see the wizard's face. He's like, oh shit, this has gotten out of hand. Imagine a virtual world of medieval fantasy right before your eyes. Look up, down, and all around. Everything moves with seamless fluid realism. You are there, inside the game itself. You would expect no less from the graphic masters of Raven Software, the technical savants at id Software. Calling them savants is kind of funny. Hexen was the sequel to Heretic, and then there was Heretic 2, right? Yeah, no, like, I know a guy who tried to argue to his fucking youth church group that Doom was, like, good because you were a guy killing demons. And it just would not get through. Claw Orb! Clawb. I like the Clawb. I mean, I'm still inclined to play that, like, a better way, but, you know. This looks like it was an actual, you know, expansion pack. I believe it was the original term, and not just, like, a thing that you... The Heretic chapter comes to its evil conclusion with Shadow of the Serpent Riders. Hopefully this doesn't have that stupid fucking... I don't know how... Because there are just so many weird twists and turns with how controls work in this fucking thing. So somehow... It's not in the actual conceptual game itself. It's not in Heretic that, like, somehow the shoot button is also look up. It's something slightly before that, but also that shouldn't exist. And I don't know how it's fucking doing that. I'm assuming Heretics is like the fucking multiplayer one. No, I don't want that. I like to play video games by myself. No. End game. Alright, so that's just another health bar. I don't think I need that. You know, I want the most amount of game I can see. You know, I want to see my game, motherfucker. Alright, yeah. Look, yes, I need a wet nurse. Leave me alone. It's doing that fucking thing again. How? Because you can't map two things to a button. Like, that's the thing, you can't... This game, like, one of the downsides of Retroarch over, like, say, MAME is that you can't... You know, I'm gonna make this run, and I'm gonna make this... Wait, hang on. No, that's left. I don't want that. Phoenix Rod, and I'm gonna make this fire. Alright. Let's see if we've got... Works fine. Great. Fantastic. Rad. Oh, I hear those little cunts. Oh, yeah, you like me now, huh? You like me now? I can fucking actually, huh? Alright, you little buggers. Oh, hey. Look up, down, all around. Ah, suck fucking piss. Alright. Oh, I don't need that because I got all my health. Is this like, you know, did I just start regular Hexen again? Like, is this... I feel like I did that. Okay. Serpent. Okay, that's right. I gotta look for Serpent. I mean, there's setup, but I don't necessarily want to fucking... Hey, Wolfenstein 3D. There's kind of a brutal doom for Wolfenstein 3D too, which is like... Let's not do that. I don't want to accidentally connect to 1996 internet. I'll never get off. I'll be stuck there. You'll have to shrink me down to a tiny little window for me to run at full speed. Oh, whatever. The Hermit's secret. He masturbates in the forest. We all know. Idiot savants, like, yeah, like savant. They took the idiot out, but it's still there. No normal person is a savant. A savant is like, an autastic is the term I like to use. No, fuck you. I'm just gonna challenge the hermit. You are in the middle of a pleasant grassy meadow. To the south you can see some buildings, and to the northwest a small pond glistens in the sunlight. There are mountains to the north. Escape! It's these fucking text adventures. They kill my computer and I don't know how. You fucking minge. Alright. Come on. There we go. Oh no, I might lose my Hermit Secret save file. Ugh. Now I'll never beat the Hermit's Secret. That game's a fucking baby raper.
You fucking baby raper!
This is gonna be another thing that fucking kills my fucking computer, please. I wind up connected to, like, old-timey internet, and then I can use, like, time travel tricks. I'll buy Nintendo right at the exact nadir of, like, fucking the Wii U's failure. Okay, whoop. Okay. This is stupid. I don't like this. What's that thing? Okay, so I'm guessing that heart's off limits now. And that's like a thing. That's not even good for type. That is a dinky, shitty little version. A game for the mind. I mean, if you say so, like, I suppose, maybe, possibly. Goodbye. Piss right the fuck off. So, you wanna be a hero? This is a fairly classic one. Where are we? I can't remember if this one's one of the ones that got put into the public domain. I don't think it is. I know there is the Tandy. I want my sound blasted, goddammit! The software you are now using was produced through the efforts of many people, designers, artists, programmers, musicians, and lots of other hardworking folks. By the way, you'll need information contained in the printed documentation to successfully complete this game. In other words, nobody has a printer. So this is a point-and-click adventure game that's like, you know, also actually has elements of RPG to them. I know what I'm about. This seems like a quaint little town, a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside the town, I understand. It's a point-and-click adventure game. It is actually sort of one that is worth having a poke about, though, because there are, like, elements and variables. Like, I think I don't think Sierra really engaged with enough of this idea, you know? Encounter creatures beyond imagination. You know, a panther. So imagine basically a point-click adventure game with like some legitimate RPG elements and combat and stuff. It's a really good combination, and there just weren't many of these, sadly. I don't know why. I think it's a superior way of doing this shit. Like I was saying, we'll just pop up to my little extra Windowsy pile around here somewhere. There we are. And it's not a sequel, it's more of a spiritual. So there's Heroine's Quest, which doesn't appear to have much in the way of... that's a shame. But basically, it's like a modern version of Hero's Quest. But, you know, with a little bit of fancy modernity to it. I mean, check out Hero's Quest if you haven't ever touched it. I've never beaten it. I think I just kind of clicked around. Heroes. The staggeringly disappointing 2000 series that just forgotten the second it was over. It was such a... Season 1 of Heroes was such a big deal. I'm pretty sure the fight timing on DOSBox is fixed. Like, that's the good thing about DOSBox Pure. Yeah, like, the thing about DOSBox Pure is, like, sometimes the timing isn't right. And you will have to go into, core options, performance options, and then you can dial it in. So you can, you know, you've got a choice of your effective sort of speeds, and then once you kind of choose one, you can also dial in the actual, you know, amount of CPU you want to use. So you should be able to get it. You know, if not, it probably won't be the identical, like, you know, CPU timing that maybe it, you know, would have had, but you'll be able to dial it into the point where it's perfectly, you know, playable. Take this bonus. Okay. Okay. Up. I just turn directions sometimes. I've got no idea sort of why. Like, I get that those are like lumps and shit, but like, zoom, haha. Like that. Just fucking. Oh, look out of my way, buddy. Well, that way just nothing happens. Heroes, like, really fucked up because it chickened out on the ending. The whole thing was building to this cool fucking fight between, I don't know, weird eyebrow guy and other weird eyebrow guy. And then it was like, the fight was happening through a door and all you saw was a bunch of flashes. And then they tried to stretch it out. And boy, did it fucking suck hard. Rider's Strike kind of hurt it a little bit as well, but the fucking wheels had fallen off before that. Don't be fatuous, Jeffrey. Sufficient of epic metagames. Don't tell me what to do. Complete all levels. Increase hero's abilities. Defeat supervillain. I feel like owning a jetpack doesn't count exactly as a superpower, but look at that crouch. How is he karateing his way through my fucking missiles? That's just insane. You know what? Credit where it's due, this is more functional than half of what I've played today. Oh shit, what's that? Look out. Another karate guy. Alright, can't get up there. It is hard to tell what is a thing I should touch and what is not. Bop whap slam! Just karate dudes. Just shooting missiles at karate dudes. Like, the bar's so low for functionality in these fucking DOS games. Just one where I can kind of figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing is... Okay, look at that. You know. What just happened? What was Gumball's fucking deal? Okay. You know what's good? The enemies that I beat are gone. You know, that's nice. Makes me feel like I'm having an impact on my world. That'll be here. Yeah, check it. Boing. Ow! Haha! Alright, I think that guy puts me in bubbles, which I don't want. Star and smiley face. I've been good. Alright. Don't know what that accomplished. Like, I will say, it is... Like, look at that. Look, maybe put some shit around so I can tell I'm walking. Oh boy, that is... That's some old-fashioned shit. Maybe some of that old-time religion. I don't know, maybe I should have a look-see at what's going on there, huh? Ah! Fucking... Get away, you little bugger. Oh, miss me, bitch. What if Humpty Dumpty dumped you, huh? That's a good idea, Doomwad. Alright. Well, guess what gets to live? Through simple force of basic competence. Tomorrow, Heroes of Might and Magic. That rings a bell. I think that's a big deal in circles for games that I'm not really into. But, you know, that's fine. That's fair. Other things get to exist. I'm a benevolent god. I mean, the fact that the scrolling in that game is so smooth at all. Like, when I'm kind of curious now. When's that actually from? Heroes, 0.25, 1994. That's actually quite impressive for 94. I can't remember what it was. I remember looking it up. Something to do with, like, the way consoles and PCs executed their graphics. About how, you know, why the consoles had, like, the preponderance of platformers and stuff at the time was just, look, it's, you know, we can actually have the screen scroll and not in like just big ghastly chunks. There's probably something on YouTube you can look up that explains it down to the fucking, you know, minute detail. People still play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 online. Huh. That's wild. I'm probably not going to enjoy it. It's probably going to be like, you know, Warcrafty or something. Like, what's that? Wasn't it a Warcraft mod that became Dota or something? I can't remember. Yeah, my housemate plays Dota. Not the other one, League of Legends. I don't understand the disputes, to be honest. Not my type of game. Not my deal, not my bag. Well, that was an interesting little day. I mean, honestly, like, there were some games in that list that I genuinely recommend having a look at. Hell and, like, fucking Hero Quest, legitimately interesting. Definitely full of the little, unique quirks of their period. You know, I mean, let's face it, the cutscenes in Hell are going to have shown their age and mostly look basically like... Anyone remember that TV show Reboot? They gotta look worse than that. So, bear that in mind. Hero Quest will probably look a little bit, have aged a little better just because it's pixel art. You know? A Warcraft 3 mod became Dota. Huh. Yeah, like, I'm just not... Like, I just genuinely... I don't care about strategy games. It's just not my thing. So, like, you know... The world's best one's still not going to appeal to me, and I wouldn't recommend trying to make a strategy game to appeal to me, because if you do it right, you're just going to wind up creating, like, an SNK fighting game from the 90s. And, well, you know... Now look where you've gotten yourself. Alright, where are we? Patreon continues to baffle. Remember, if you get the Patreon high enough, I'll independently... See, that's the idea of wealth to me is always something that stuck with me from fucking the documentary about Life of Brian. Was George Harrison talking about why he funded it, like, basically, you know. Because that was made back when the screaming religious nuts held a far tighter chokehold on things. And getting money to make a fucking movie that was, like, you know, not even about Christ, but just in a lot of ways a parody of, like, the nature of how people have grown around that story, was hard. And then, you know, basically fucking George Harrison wound up funding it. And, like, alright, granted he made his money back, but he wasn't expecting to. And his approach to it was, I just wanted to see the film. You know, he just bought a particularly expensive movie ticket. And I feel like that's gotta come back. You gotta do some shit, you know. Shade you won't sit in. Like, just, who cares? What am I gonna do? Lose money? So what? I mean, especially, like, if you were, like, you know, if you had that, like, Friends residual thing, where just every year you get, like, $20 million. It's like, yeah, but there's taxes. So fucking what? I'm gonna make Super Yuzu. It's gonna already emulate whatever the next thing Nintendo comes out with. Just out of spite. Basically, yeah. Like, the actual number changes hither and thither depending on its relative purchase power, but there is just an upper limit to how much the, you know, wealth will make you happy. You know, a lot of this, and you'll see this in a lot of these CEOs when you start to actually sort of get a look at what their lives are. Like, take Vince McMahon, for instance. You know, he's a good example. When he first got ousted from the fucking company, you know, he's fucking billionaire rich. He could have done anything. He could have just gone, alright, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go to, like, you know, some kind of Grecian villa and just lounge about and just indulge. And he couldn't. because the number, the money, the utility of it, the function of the money, the things that it could buy for him aren't the things that matter. The thing that makes him happy is the sense of power and prestige that the number gives him, and that without the social position is meaningless. And like, yeah, he sold his stock for like 400 million or something today. But the good news is he's not happy, and he can't be. Because he's just an animal that doesn't understand that the number going up doesn't do anything. There's no, you don't get a bonus life. You know, you don't get anything. And he's incapable of being happy, you know. He's dedicated his life to something that will now is just a bitter pill. And he deserves it, because fuck him. You know, what are you gonna do? Like, people will talk about, oh yeah, we remember Caesar. It's like, yeah, so what? He's dead. So? Like, I can fucking remember half you fucking cunts anyway. You're just gonna, you know, some other cunt's just gonna come along. Do something interesting. Build some interesting shit. You know, buy some expensive tickets to things. Just no imagination. It's just fucking, just like a fucking rogue computer program. Just a fucking, it's just, I gotta get the number up. That's it. If I have the biggest number, then I'll matter. Just, God. Imagine having the biggest number and still not being happy. Oh well. Hopefully there's just, you know, before the fucking light of their consciousness blinks out of existence, there's just one horrifying moment where that realization sets in and they die having experienced the kind of true depths of screaming terror that would make H.P. Lovecraft blush. Alright, what's today? Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Alright. The video on demand for the final episode of Alisa is on the, whatever the fuck that thing is called, Discord VIP section. The process to link that to the YouTube subscription section and the Patreon should work now. Apparently the YouTube one wasn't working. That's worth a look. I liked Alisa. Be back tomorrow. I think Sunday so far is shaping up to be some game I haven't really looked at yet called Pineapple on Pizza. Apparently it's very short. I think, what's it? Is it Darkwood or Deathwood or Death Dark? Something. Something about a tree and a head. It's some sort of horror title, I'm led to believe. That was on sale, so I got that for like $5, which is nice. That will, if Pineapple on Pizza turns out to be very short, we'll pick that up on Sunday, and if not, we'll pick that up the week after. So that's sort of, by virtue of existing, won the vote. So you've got that to look forward to. Fucking, I gotta get the audios done, and I gotta get fucking Mr. Plow finished. I just constantly get fucking some other fucking bullshit or another thrown at me. Gotta make time, that's the problem. It's just difficult. Knowing when to stop. I don't know. It's part of the trick of learning to wrangle the brain once you've kind of got the weird native speed effect under control. You know, like, it's the pills are like being put behind the wheel of the car, but like, I never learned to drive. The big wheel. Wee. Oh well, better late than never. Darkwood, Dinkwad, Dillhole. Weird one to me. Dillhole, like dill weed. You know, like I get it's the fucking like. I mean, like, what? How did that become a negative idiom in the 90s? It's just dill. It's a fucking herb. There's a dill weed on my pickle. So what? Just eat it. Be a fucking baby. Well, whatever. Alright. I think that's everything. Pretty much everything. Well, everything in the relative sense. Watch my show, or I'll bash you fucking kids.